Hi Gemini, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your September 2025 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as opening from us, it's the Celtic Cross spread as always, and also pulled the 4 agreements and Wisdom Oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Right, we have 1. So yeah, could just be saying that you guys might be a bit more focused on yourselves this month. Astrologically speaking, it's a little quiet in your sign right now, but just still be feeling a little bit focused on yourselves anyway. And we do have Uranus in your sign, and it will be going retrograde on September 6th, so maybe that has something to do with it. But yeah, we have Neptune, and Neptune actually is going to be retrograde in Aries all of September. It's already retrograde now, but yeah, so could definitely be reevaluating things when it comes to friendships, groups that you're dealing with. And we have Scorpio. So as far as Scorpio goes, toward the end of September, we're actually going to have Mars move into Scorpio, and Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio, and that's actually your 6th house of work, health, and daily routines. So you might be making some changes around that area of life as well. All right, so keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Hanged Man, which I usually view as Pisces energy, and then challenging that, we have the 5 of Cups, Scorpio energy. So yeah, what I'm seeing with this could just be saying that you guys might have been going through a bit of a darker period recently, maybe just, replaying the past disappointment over and over in your heads recently. Could have been maybe with the Mercury retrograde we had recently. Whatever the case may be, looks like you could have just been revisiting a past disappointment and maybe you just haven't quite figured out just yet what that situation was meant to teach you, so you don't feel quite comfortable moving forward just yet. Right, in the foundation position, we have the Page of Cups. So yeah, for some of you, this could just be saying that maybe part of what was going on with that disappointment was something wasn't quite ready yet. With the Page energy, there's usually sincerity behind it, good intentions behind it, but it's not necessarily as developed as it needs to be. So if we look at the artwork here, for example, there's a cup being offered, but it still has a fish in it, right? So it could represent maybe something that was rushed in the past. In the past position, we have the 3 of Cups, Cancerian energy. So yeah, so maybe it was a situation in the past, there was a lot of optimism around it, right? Maybe there's a celebratory vibe around it. Maybe there was just a feeling that it couldn't go wrong, right? That everything just seemed great with the situation in the past. But again, like I said, it was probably all well-intentioned, but something seemed to be a little bit off about it at the time. All right. In the present position, we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, so to me this says that something new does want to come your way, but it looks like you just really have to finish releasing this previous situation before it can fully be embraced. All right, in the near future position, we have the 7 of Swords. So yeah, so this could be something as far as maybe a bit of a deceptive communication that might be received. Just be on the lookout to make sure you're not doing this to yourself to a certain extent, right? Where, you're taking shortcuts, things along those lines there. I feel like that wouldn't be the best way to go this month. But yeah, as far as others, this could just be saying that maybe others might be giving you part of the story, right? In a way that would benefit them. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have the High Priestess. So yeah, so to me this says that you really should be able to rely on your intuition this month. Especially to me, this is a Piscean energy, and so is that Hangman energy. We do have the North Node in Pisces, and then there's actually going to be a full moon eclipse along with that North Node as well. So as far as intuition, especially if this is around career, social status in some way too, I feel like this is really a good month to trust what you're feeling intuitively. and guide yourselves that way. All right. In the environment position, we have the Hierophant. So this is a really good energy to see as well, as far as even if there is someone who might attempt to deceive you in some way this month. I feel like this is saying that spiritually, you have some support that you might not be aware of, but it does seem like things would work out in your favor karmically as far as that goes. So between trusting your intuition and just having a little bit of faith that if someone was to try to deceive you in some way, you actually are protected from such a thing. I feel like that could give you the confidence that you might need to move forward from a previous situation. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this could just be saying that whatever the situation was that you are having difficulty releasing, maybe there was a lot of time, energy, effort invested into it. So that could be why it's hard to fully let go. The concept of it not working out. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the Page of Pentacles. So to me, this shows that, like we mentioned with the Ace of Cups, it looks like there's something new that wants to come your way, but, you just fully have to put that past situation behind you and to see how that Pentacle is just out of your reach. To me, this is saying it's closer, so maybe it's not going to be readily available to you this month, but it looks like it is on its way once you're finally fully done processing that situation. And given that that's a Scorpio energy and we saw the Scorpio come up in your dice as well, I feel like this is saying that maybe with, especially with the eclipse energies that we'll be dealing with in September, it's finally going to help you clear all that clutter out and move forward. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands. So Leo energy here. So you could definitely be receiving some recognition in some way this month, especially around communication, given that this is the energy that represents in your chart. And, that could make sense as well as far as we had Mercury retrograde recently. And Mercury's still in Leo at this time, but it'll actually be moving into Virgo right at the start of September. So that's another Mercury ruled sign. So you might actually feel your communication improving as we move through September. All right, so from the Four Agreements deck, we have Don't Make Assumptions, and it says Be Yourself Around Others. All right, it says the biggest assumption that humans make is that everyone sees life the way we do. We assume that others think the way we think, feel the way we feel, judge the way we judge, and abuse the way we abuse. We are afraid to be ourselves around others because we think others will judge us, victimize us, abuse us, and blame us as we do ourselves. Kind of an interesting message there, but yeah, ultimately this is saying maybe this is more for those of you if maybe you've been muting yourselves in some way, right? So like I said, with that Seven of Swords, be on the lookout for potential self-deception, right? So maybe you've been muting yourselves and maybe not fully embracing what you have to offer for whatever reason. If that's the case, hopefully that message resonated. All right, and from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Clean It Up. There's the artwork, and the number is 21. We'll see what this has to say. All right, essential meanings says getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. The Oracle's message. Ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home? Also, too much work? Overwhelmed? Time to clean house. Every item out of the way natters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. So definitely a positive message there, especially like we said, it looks like you are being called to try to release something this month. And then, like I said, it looks like there is something new waiting on the other side of that. All right, the relationship message says, time to clear the air, take a look at your side of the street, and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. So yeah, definitely another positive message there as well, right? Which seems to call back to what I was saying, where it looks like you're being called to release something, and once you are finally able to do so, something new will be coming your way. All right, the prosperity message says simple things like opening your mail, paying bills, sorting out your timetable, making lists, and getting organized is what the symbol means when it comes to your work. Make time for yourself too. This card is a sign that you may be overburdened and overwhelmed. It's okay to say no. You'll prosper even more if you do. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, especially like we said, that there's going to be eclipse energies at play, and they're going to be pretty much activating your fourth house and 10th house. So could definitely be issues with work-life balance in that regard, and those could come to light and be cleared up this month as well. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.